All right, so today we have something a little different. We have a tier maker here. This tier maker was originally made by Forever Silver. He made a really interesting video about it. He set up this tier maker, S standing for special, and then, our normal A, B, C, D. And then he also picked these coins down here. This might not have been the coins I would have picked, but I'll talk a little bit about that later. As for myself, I'm from the United States of America, but I've spent most of my adult life outside of the United States of America. So most of my time stacking, silver coins has been outside the United States, mostly in Taiwan and also Japan. However, I've also bought coins while on trips, probably the most on trips to Hong Kong, actually. As far as coin collecting, I got into that as a kid, and parents encouraged me a little bit towards silver. My first silver coin was actually Canadian maple leaf that was given to me. All right, I'm going to go in order. I'm going to talk about each one, what I think a little bit from my perspective. All right, first off, we have the American Silver Eagle. I keep hearing people say it's the most recognized and most used bullion coin in the world. That's not been my experience. I think outside of the United States, I've only seen silver eagles being sold as bullion, not your special, proof set in the box, twice. And the one time they were almost a really, really high premium. I think they were for sale for 1,000 Taiwan dollars each, which is about 30 US dollars. And at the time, spot price was around 15 in a few cents. I've also saw them for, I think it was 700 around the same time. This was at a coin shop in Taipei on Guling Street. Looks like they'd bought somebody's collection. I got some that time. They were 700. I think I got 3. For reference, I also got a Silver Panda that trip for 650. Yeah. So yeah, I honestly don't see many of these. They don't really seem that recognizable. Maybe most people could, but honestly, I never see these. I've seen them in plenty of coin shops in the United States, but outside the United States, I've seen these twice. That's it. All right. Here's next one, the Australian kangaroo. I'm going to kind of use this as a stand-in for all Perth Mint products. And this is probably just because I live in East Asia. Perth Mint rules the roost. They really do. Pretty much most of the silver coins I see that are not local or not rounds, well, coins, not rounds, they're by Perth Mint. I'm talking kangaroos, but also, the kookaburra, the koala, and the lunar series. The lunar series, of course, being very popular. I love the lunar series. I buy myself one every year. With a kid on the way, I buy 2, one for me, one for Lillian. So I'm just kind of using these stand-in. Really, Perth Mint just seems to rule the roost. All right, next up, the Philharmonic. The only euro-denominated bullion coin for some reason. You'd think someone else would pick it up and do more. I know some of the other governments, like France, they do very limited releases. The UK is on the pound, of course. I think Malta produces some, but most might be under license. Poland has a gold coin, but I don't think they have a silver coin. Design's not great, but generally these can be had for a low premium. They're pretty recognizable. I've bought tons of these online. They basically grow great into the low premium group. I don't have anything really bad to say about them. They're not the best looking coin ever. All right. Britannia's. These are just a beautiful coin, and they have great security features. I probably see them just about as much in stores as the Silver Eagle, and no, I see them a little more. I see them maybe a little more than the Silver Eagles. They seem to circulate a little more. Security features, generally decent, premiums aren't going to kill you. I'd put them here. All right. Canadian Maple, yeah, there's only one place this can go. Most of the bullion coins I see are either Canadian Maple Leafs or something by Perth Mint. Beautiful coin, simple. It was my first bullion coin I was given as a kid. So there's probably some sentimental traits to it. They don't milk spot like they used to. I don't seem to run into. No, I've seen it. I've run into milk spotted rounds mostly. I did have an American Silver Eagle that was milk spotted, but that one was like out of its case, and I was using it as a coin to flip for heads or tails with my students. So that thing was rough. It's been dropped. One of my students flipped it into the air and it fell on her face. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. The Panda. This is actually a 30-gram coin, not a 1 troy ounce, at least the current ones. The older ones were 1 troy ounce. Now they're broken up by gram. It's kind of odd that the only one that does it, but it's actually super logical to be using metric. Versus what is a troy ounce is 31.6, I want to say, and then average trope ounce is 28 point something. It's 31 point something and 28 point something. The fact that there's 2 ounces is ridiculous. Let's not even go into long tons, short tons. Great. I believe, and I checked this at one point, because I have bought a few of these when I lived in Taiwan. The premiums were much higher in the United States that I was finding than in Taiwan. So that probably makes me think more highly of it. Now, some of these, it's cool they change the design every year. Some of these have some collectability. I'm not sure if the future ones are going to have the same collectability. Is basically, it wasn't until 2011 that there was over 1 million of these minted a year. Some of these mintages, I looked them up, are tiny. Like some years, 60,000. Some of the early ones only 10,000, and then some of the mintages unknown. Yeah. China, the PRC, the red Chinese. But they are nice coins. They are pretty. They do change their design every year, which is actually a really cool feature of them. And they got, I guess, some potential collectability there with the design changes. But I don't think the more recent ones are going to have the same collectability just because the numbers are so much higher. I have a few of the 30-gram ones. I have some older 1 ounce ones. That's more on the numismatic side or collector side, not really the bullion side. And I do like it when bullion coin also has potential for collectability, particularly if the premium's not high. You're taking a little bit of a risk, you're paying a little more of a premium, but if the collection or the series takes off, you're gonna more than make that up. All right, next one. This was a stand-in, kind of like I'm using the Kangaroo as a stand-in for the Perth Mint products. This is supposed to be a stand-in for these licensed Marvel, Disney coins from island nations. They're they're not made in the island nations. They're generally contracted out. So someone pays the license to use the country's name and make it currency. Then they pay another license to Disney or Marvel or whoever owns the rights to something. Sony, I think, owns some of them, to be able to produce these coins. These are really, really high on the collectible side. Some of these take off in value because they're a really popular comic book character. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like Marvel movies. I mean, they're not all bad, but I consider them airplane movies. I'm not gonna watch them unless I'm stuck on the airplane. And I've been stuck on the airplane between Hong Kong and New York enough times to have actually watched quite a few of them, because I got nothing else to do and I'm sitting there on the airplane, and other than that, I'm just going to go insane. And yeah, it's usually somewhere over Jackknife where I'm really getting to the point. If I'm flying from Hong Kong to New York, it's somewhere over Jackknife where I really start to go like, oh my God, yeah, please, you're near Jackknife. It's just like, oh my God, we're so close, but we're not. So I don't collect these. I don't think I have a single one of these. The closest thing I had, I think I might have gotten the House Atreides House Harkonian one. But that was because I like Dune. And yeah, so I think if you know what you're doing, you can actually do very well with these, picking coins that are going to go up in value, that collectors are going to want, and that can be great for your stack. Not from the ounce perspective, but from, hey, I can sell this and get this money to do whatever. You could buy more silver with it. You could be using this to put into another investment property, whatever. So I think if you understand these, they're probably a good thing for you to do. I think I would lose my shirt. So for me, this is a D, but I almost want to say C, but it's going to be a D. All right. The Libertad. First off, Mexico makes really cool coins. These are pretty. I'm kind of glad they've resisted to make it like an anime director and put all the money into the tits.
No, 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 no. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Because, it's a nice classical look. I like it. Premiums used to not be as crazy as they are now. They're probably a good collectible, maybe, but I also wonder that will stay up. It's a little bit like the American Silver Eagle now. Its premium is much higher. I sort of wonder if those are going to stay, and I kind of wonder if at some point the premiums might crash back down. So I'm not sure I'd want to touch it from a collector's position. But it is a beautiful coin. I mean, if I found one for not that much over spot, I'd be getting it, or what I felt was a decent premium. Okay. This one is also supposed to be a placeholder, like I'm using the kangaroo for, or like the Wolverine coin. Since this is supposed to be for basically every country not listed, which is a lot of countries. This could be everything from like these tiny, tiny mintages that are made with some of the Southeast Asian countries' names on it, like Laos, that pretty much are contracted out. I think Amex did a lot of these exclusives with countries where they, paid them a fee, got somebody to make it and then put it up on Amex, and they were like, a mintage of 10,000 units or something like that. All the way up to countries that are pretty active, but don't seem to be as recognized, at least in the United States. So Armenia, they have a beautiful coin, the Noah's Ark. Armenia claims to be the oldest Christian country in the world. So of course they're going to pick something from Judeo-Christian, not religious, if you can't tell. Yeah, I thought that was in Judaism too, the whole ark thing. You also have, stuff like Mongolia. Mongolia produces these really cool over-the-top coins that have huge premiums. You have Korea, they produce really cool stuff, but a lot of it is series that change every year, more kind of comparable to the Panda or the Kookaburra or the Koala. Doesn't Russia produce something? Russia produces the ballerina. Ukraine produces the archangel. There's quite a few African countries. A lot of those are just contracted out, from my understanding. All the way to Japan, where I am, where they pretty much just produce commemoratives. They find something to commemorate each year, and they make silver and gold coins out of it. This year was the 150th anniversary of the postal system and the modern monetary system. For the modern monetary system, I don't have the coin. I wish I did, but I have the stamps. Yeah, this is just all over the place. So I'm just going to put it in B. Now, there's some I would put higher up or would put in B. So, for example, I really feel a lot of the Korean stuff is a good mix between collectability and stackability, where the premiums are not too high. They're a little high than some of these other ones. Are not too high, but they still have the potential of the coin's value going up due to collectability. Down would be maybe some of the Mongolian stuff that's just it's completely collectible. It's coming out at $150, $160 for a 1 ounce coin. And then a lot of stuff that I would say is in the middle. The Noah's Ark, the Archangels I might put down in C. They're a bit like the Libertads. When you can get your hands on them, they're usually really, really high premiums. I think any of other countries off the top of my head that are really interesting ones. Oh, like Barbados and some of the Caribbean countries, I would put them at B. They kind of fall in here of being, a little bit of a premium. Generally nice coins, though. Then we have the Krugerrand, the silver Krugerrand. I mean, I have some of these. They're nice coins. I don't know why he didn't put them in here as part of this kind of everything else. I'm not sure the mintage, but it doesn't seem huge. I feel like the Krugerrand kind of gets a little bit of weight due to the fact that the gold Krugerrand is a pretty globally well-known coin. Pretty much whenever I see pictures of gold coins or advertisements for gold coins, or even, there's silly ads where like the bank is, advertising something and there's a pot of gold, it's usually Krugerrands or maples. Yeah. So I don't know. It's an okay coin. I don't know. There's nothing really bad to say about it. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill 1 ounce silver coin. I'd put it in B. I know this kind of chart kind of looks like everything's focused in the middle, but I'm giving you the middle finger. But I guess that's where I'd put most of it, is that most of the stuff is pretty nice, and I don't really have a strong preference. I do prefer maple leaves. I do like Perth mint products. I do prefer those. I wouldn't really care for Libertad just out of a premium. The comic book ones, same thing. The premium is high, and I don't get it, and I don't think I could maneuver my way through that because I don't know enough about these comic book characters. I'm sure there's going to be people that disagree with me. Actually, you know what? I would add something. I would add this, and I would put them up here at A, and these would be your series by most sovereign mints. This would be, for example, the Queen's Beasts, the Creatures of the North, from Canada. Let's think. These would be generally up in C. You could even put, a lot of the Perth Mint ones, although I feel like at least where I live, those ones get a little more respect and visibility and are a little better known. The one with Robin Hood, Maid Marian, and I don't know, it's either going to be Friar Tuck or Little John next, I think. You know the old joke. Which part of him is little? Cock! So a lot of these I would put at A because they come out and they generally don't have too high of a premium over normal silver bullion. But they have a lot of potential for, if the series catches on, like the Queen's Beast has, of really going up in value. So I feel like that's a good balance point where you have the silver's valuable. You have paid a little more premium, but there's a chance of them going way up in collector's value. And if generally your thought is that silver is going to go up in value over time, even if they don't shoot up in value, that premium that you did pay is going to get eaten away by spot rising. All right. I'm sure lots of people have thoughts on this, so leave me your comments down below. Tell me why you think I'm absolutely right. Tell me why you think I'm absolutely wrong. If you really disagree with me, hit that thumbs down button. Oh, wait. You can't anymore. So just tell me why you disagree in the comments. If you like this video, you like what I have to say, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you like what I do. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. So like, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.